Hello, everybody. It is Tom, and welcome to a very special edition of Tom Watches Heartstopper, wherein I do not watch Heartstopper. So in case you are not aware, which I can imagine that you would not be if you run in the Heartstopper circles, but Heartstopper has been renewed for not one season, but two. So we're going to get season 2 and season 3 coming up soon. So super excited about that. Super, super excited. And just judging by what's going on Twitter and various social media sites, I'm not the only one who is excited about this news. So I thought that today we would have a little chat about things we are looking forward to see in seasons 2 and 3 of Heartstopper. So this is just my list, but I hope you guys will chime in the comments about what you are looking forward to seeing, because I love reading your comments. I love your essays. I love chatting about Heartstopper. So please do not hesitate to, drop your thoughts down below. So, yes. All right. So there will be spoilers for the graphic novels in this video. So if you have not read them and do not wish to be generally spoiled, then don't watch this video, because I'm going to talk about a lot of things that show up in the graphic novels, because obviously we're probably going to see some of those things. So these are the things that I most hope we see and or am most looking forward to seeing. Yes. Okay. All right. So first of all, it's on everybody's minds. Toby Donovan has already started packing his bags. Kit Connor is already over on Rosetta Stone trying to learn French. But yeah, the Paris trip. Enough said. Yeah, so the graphic novel, Volume 3, the whole gang goes to Paris. This is actually the first time that the Paris gang comes together, obviously, because they're called the Paris gang. Though we've already seen them together to a certain degree in the show. But in any case, so things that I'm especially looking forward to about the Paris trip, Darcy getting everybody drunk and then getting herself drunk, and how that whole thing goes. Let's see. I have my notes. I'm looking at my notes. So, of course, Tao and Elle, they share a kiss in the Louvre. So I don't know if they're going to do it that way in the show, because they have definitely been stretching out Tao and Elle's relationship here. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to Tao and Elle getting together potentially in Paris, or having their first smooch. I'm looking forward to Charlie telling off Harry, a real high point. I'm looking forward to Nick coming out as bi and as Charlie's boyfriend. So now this begs the question of, will we have the hickey situation? Because that is what ends up. So for those who have not read the graphic novels, basically Nick and Charlie are making out as one does, and Nick decides to kiss Charlie's neck a little bit, and it results in hickey. And it does not occur to Charlie to borrow some makeup from their friends and cover it up. So everybody's like, oh my God, who gave Charlie a hickey? Oh my God, Charlie Spring has a hickey. And then during a game of truth or dare, Charlie is asked to reveal who in fact gave him that hickey. And he does not want to reveal it, obviously, because he wants to protect Nick. But Nick is just like, yeah, what's up? It was me. So I really hope we get that scene. And of course, Nick speaking French, the introduction of Nick's dad, who is French, and that I'm so sorry. Nick's dad, who is French, and that, yeah. So many interesting things. Of course, also we get some sadder things, like Charlie's eating disorder really starts to bother him, starts to become a problem during the Paris trip. And I also wonder how they're going to handle the sleeping situations, because in the comics, what happens is that Tao kind of prevents Nick and Charlie from sharing a bed, because he doesn't know yet that they're together, and he thinks that it would be really awkward for Charlie to share a bed with the person he has an unrequited crush on. So thoughtful of Tao, but annoying. But it does give us a beautiful moment of Nick and Charlie falling asleep in opposite beds, staring across at one another, holding hands. So I don't know. I'll be very interested to see what we get. And of course, very much looking forward to, if we do not get Mr. Ajayi and Mr. Farouk, I would be very sad because first of all, they are a great couple. Second of all, Mr. Farouk is hilarious. So yeah, I really hope that we get all of that. Okay, so that is my number one, the Paris trip. Number two thing that I hope we get in season 2 or 3, and I'm pretty sure we will because Alice has pretty much mentioned that this is something we're gonna get. It's a exploration of Isaac being aro-ace. So Isaac is aromantic and asexual, and that would be fantastic if we got more of a storyline of him. First, because I just love his character in general. I mean, he doesn't say much, he doesn't do much, but he also does like some important stuff, and he's just a cool guy. So, and Toby is fantastic. So definitely want more of him. So I really hope we get an exploration of kind of some of his journey of being aromantic and asexual, because that's not representation we often see. I'm also really looking forward to, let's see, I have teacher love. We talked about that. Oh, okay. So we get a new kind of antagonist in graphic novels 3 and 4, which is, yeah, the antagonist is David, Nick's older brother, who comes home from college and is like a homophobic dick. So I'm not looking forward to him being a homophobic dick, but I am looking forward to Olivia Colman yelling at him. And I'm very much looking forward to Tori kicking the phone out of his hand and saying, I can't remember exactly what she says, but essentially it's like, you keep talking shit about my brother and I'm going to fuck you up. So like, A+ Tori moment there. So I really hope we get that. And of course, just, Nick and Charlie's family spending more time together will be really cool to see. And I know that Joe Locke really wants to have a scene or some scenes with Olivia Colman, so I hope that he gets that. Another thing that I'm wondering is what they're going to do with Ben, because Ben doesn't really come into the comics anymore, but, I mean, Sebastian Croft, you can't just, you can't just shove him out of the show. You got to keep him in there. So, like, I do kind of wonder and kind of hope that we will get some Ben development. And, like, I'm not saying he needs a redemption arc, but it would be good to see him at least coming to terms with his sexuality and maybe apologizing to Charlie and meaning it and, like, learning to accept himself without being a total asshole to everyone. So yeah, I would very much like to see that. Yeah, and that's all I wrote down. I'm trying to think if there's I mean, obviously the whole thing. Like, I want to see the whole thing. I want to see everything. And all the new things that they put in, all the new awesome songs that I'm going to get obsessed with and listen to on repeat all the time. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. I also wonder if we're going to see more of Imogen, if she is going to still be friends with Nick. I hope we get to see Christian, Cy, and Otis, Nick's friends from rugby, who he does kind of cut ties with them after the whole situation with Harry at the movies, but then they apologize to him and, they get to be friends again. Because it would be nice for Nick still to have, like, I mean, Nick needs all the friends. He needs all the good friends. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, in general, I do wonder what they're going to do with certain things, because some things, of course, worked out differently in the show. Such as Tao already knows about Nick and Charlie, and of course the Paris trip was when he found out about them. And his bad reaction to finding out about them was one of the tipping points for Charlie as far as his eating disorder during the trip. So I assume they're going to have something else happen to kind of trigger that, and I don't know what it's going to be. And, like, in general, I'm not looking forward to seeing the suffering that Charlie goes through and, like, the suffering that Nick goes through as well, because of what's happening with Charlie. So, it's going to be rough, but lots of opportunities for our lads to stretch their acting chops, and lots of good scenes for Olivia Colman, hopefully, if she's willing. I wonder if she'll be able to spend more than 2 days filming, but we'll see. But yeah, absolutely jazzed, obviously, about the prospect of 2 more seasons. Cannot wait. It's going to be really hard to be patient waiting for them to film it and release it, but I guess we'll just have to keep rewatching season 1 forever until it comes out. That we have no choice. So, Okay, anyway, that's all I have to say, so please let me know in the comments what you are looking forward to, and even if you haven't read the graphic novels, it could just be something that you want to see just out of your imagination or out of, something that was set up in season 1 but not really, you know, what's the word? Yeah, so that's the end of that sentence, apparently. Okay, that is all for me. Yeah, thanks. Okay, bye.